Hi guys, today we're going to make a billhook, a proper one. I used billhook as a generic keyword in one of my last videos and people were disappointed that it actually wasn't a billhook, it was just like a little axe. So here we go, another Farrier's rasp, and we're going to have a go at making a proper billhook this time. I want to try and make a fairly short, sort of stubby one. I think it's going to be a bit unwieldy if it's too long. The rasp is actually, with the tang, about 16 inches long, so we're going to lop a bit off. I think roughly 5 inches, for no other reason than that's the width of the anvil, and I'm going to use that as a guide, so we'll see what happens. So use the anvil, 5 inches, and lop it off. That I'm using to cut it with is just a piece of 3-cornered file which I've had for probably 30 years, which I use for marking my shoes when I'm making them. I'm just going to clean up the edge. Having only cut it from one side, it's quite a steep, uneven edge on the end, so we'll tidy it up. It's all neat and tidy before you start. It just makes the job much easier. And try and tidy things up afterwards. Notice I'm not going to taper this before I start. Go straight for it, straight over the edge of the anvil over the beak. You'll see it's starting to buckle, which is perfectly normal for such a thin, wide bit of material. It's 1/4 inch, or less maybe, probably just about 1/4 inch thick. It's just over 2 inches wide, so it will buckle, but don't let it get out of hand. Do a bit, level it out again. If you don't, it will get out of hand and then you'll have a hell of a job. It's quite tough material, this, although it's very thin. It's very good quality. Why they make such good cutting tools, but it does make it slightly tough to bend. Starting to have a bit of difficulty slipping off the anvil. Worked out pretty quickly once this started jumping off the beak, like that all I needed to do was change my grip. There we go, still loading up, so think about it. The brain's working. That's it, change your grip of your uncle. I don't know why it makes so much difference, but simple little things like that can make a lot of difference. Trial and error. Experience, you might call it. We're getting there. I'm just about almost to what I consider would be quite a nice shape. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I've never done one of these before, so it is all a bit hit and miss. Just playing it by ear. actually thinning the end down as well, so that the very point, the tip, will actually be much thinner, so that when I put a cutting edge on it, it's not too thick. And that's just about what I fancied. Now I'm going to start taking some of the teeth off, hammering back into themselves, and actually put the cutting edge on. When I say put the cutting edge on, I'm actually going to forge the cutting edge. You see here, I'll get the round end of the hammer and working it into the corner of the billhook. This process is actually much better than just trying to grind an edge on, cutting edge. It's doing it this way actually sort of compresses the molecules of the steel into itself, and gives a much keener edge, much tougher edge. I'm just taking the teeth off. Back on the cutting edge, you can just about see it. And I'm going to be making the cutting edge. I will of course have to still grind this, but you can do a lot of it by hand with the hammer first. It really does make a difference. Taking an awful lot more time about this if I was making these sort of commercials to sell or anything, but I just wanted to do a quick demonstration. I know people on YouTube tend to have a fairly short span of attention. I've already cut out quite a lot of the heating up times. It still makes quite a long video, so I'm not being quite as thorough as I would normally be. You can actually see, next time you get a look, there's a bow in the material. That's from hammering the blade edge, the cutting edge. Now I'm just making the tang a bit smaller, a bit thinner and longer. They're quite a big tang on these rasps, and I've got a little wooden handle I want to put on just for demonstration purposes, so I'm just making it a little bit longer and thinner. There you can see the bow in it, which I will take out. On my other video, the axe, I didn't bother to take it out because it makes quite a nice shape. It seemed quite nice to have a little bit of a bow in it. But on this I'm going to try and level it out. There we go, just take that kink out. That's okay. It's much straighter now. The back edge. Carry on hammering that cutting edge. A decent set of tongs would help with this. If I was doing this on a sort of a regular basis, making these, I would have made myself a couple of pairs of tongs that hold much better, like ones that would go probably right over the tang and onto the blade. As I'm only doing this as a one-off demonstration, I couldn't be bothered. Both sides so that the cutting edge is running down the middle, not just off to one side. basically the desired effect. Now we'll tidy it up with a bit of grinding. I'm going to start off with a very coarse, with a proper sort of grinding disc to get the worst off. On the cutting edge, and get that in there. Also, these rasps have teeth down each edge as well as the sides, so that's what I'm doing now, just taking a little tiny bits of teeth off around the edge. Palm on the back, but on the obviously on the cutting edge. I suppose it could even make some teeth, but I'll take it off and make it all smooth. Take a bit more of the teeth off. And then I can hammer back in and still quite a texture. Take most off. Then we go on to now, I've got a flat disc on there. It's quite fine. And this is a much nicer edge. Much nicer finish. Again, if I was doing this commercially after I've done that, I would then probably put it on a polishing wheel with a very fine abrasive disc on, and just polish the cutting edge, not the rest of it, just cutting edge. And then once that's done, give it a coat of lacquer just to protect it. Skip through some of this. I'm just done but that side with coarse and fine, and then I'll turn over and do the same the other side, but I shall skip to the fine finishing bit. That's about it. Put the handle on, an old screws on handle I've got there. And there you go. Nice little billhook. Thanks for watching. Hope most of you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you next time.